welcome, viewers, not viewers. I keep doing that shit. It's listeners. You lot of listeners. You're not shit. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. You are here with your host. It's Mr BudgetPedalChap. That's me. I seem to be rambling tonight, and I think that's going to be a sign of things to come. But this is not a live episode, so you are adorned with pleasure of the man from man, the one, the only, the Mr Matt Quine. Say hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Yeah! Oh, it's been so long.
Well, yeah, I don't think we've done one just the two of us in like 6 weeks.
Just the two of us. And
we
the rest of those words.
We can make it if we try, just the two of us.
And it's probably going to be the last one if we start singing to people. How are you, Matt? It's been so long. I'd like to say that the listeners have missed you. I, in fact, know the listeners have missed you because I keep getting text messages off my brother going, "When's Matt coming back?" But I personally have missed you as well, Matt. So how have you been?
Yeah, not too bad. I've been finishing off my last month of night shift, so I'm switching over to day shifts for 2 months.
Woo.
So I'll get my evenings back mostly, unless I'm on the late one of the day shift, which finishes at like 9:30. But yeah,
I'm sure we could work that either way. Whatever comes it. Does this mean that we might get you back on a live cast or two, Matthew?
It should happen more often than not, because Sundays are quiet days, and even the late one, I should be able to get home for 8:00.
Boom. Yeah. Oh, I'm a happy man.
I say should, just in case there's something that pops up and I can't, but
it's all good. I mean, I'm living in hope now, so yeah, don't destroy my dreams, Matt.
I will try my best.
What you been up to? Like, it's been so long.
It has. And I wish I could come here and tell you about all of my new purchases.
Yeah,
but
look at my wares.
I haven't made any, and I know that's going to come as a surprise to not just you, but all of the listeners. But yeah,
well, on this piece of paper, Matt, it's got a big blank space where it says Matt fills 30 minutes with what he's been up to. So,
yeah, I mean, I've been up to stuff. I just haven't bought anything.
It's all right. Yeah, tell us about work. Just whatever.
I suppose the biggest thing I've been up to is the new band. The singer is playing rhythm guitar. Didn't own a single pedal. Also doesn't at the moment own an amp, but that's a problem I can solve because I have a few.
Yeah, I was going to say you've got his back on both fronts pretty much, haven't you?
Yeah, and he's been practice. He's been using the Hayden, the Mofo 15, which was what I was initially using at practices. And I was initially going to go stereo and get myself something like the Keeley 30 MS and try and fill the sounds out, putting amps both sides of the stage. And then he just mentioned that he plays acoustic guitar. And he's like, "Oh, I've got an electric. I've just never plugged it in." So he's got a Squier Bullet.
Nice.
That he bought whilst he was in America, like 12 years ago, and
just on a whim.
Yeah, and he literally hadn't even changed the strings on it. That's how little he played it.
I'm a man who knows what like 12-year-old strings feel like, and I know that's. I mean, because at that point, it's not just the strings that are grimy as fuck. Like that kind of horrible, cancerous muck spreads everywhere, and it gets on like on the frets where you put a bit of vibrato on a note, and you can hear like an audible grinding sound.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're filing something. And to
be fair to him, he cleaned it up and then asked me to have a look at it because it had some scratchy pots and a scratchy switch. Because obviously,
it's
been used very little, which just a bit of contact cleaner sorted that out, but he wasn't confident enough to take the scratch plate off and mess around with it, whereas I said I was happy to.
Yeah, I'll break your instrument, don't worry about it, mate.
I didn't break anything, it still works perfectly. But yeah, so I suppose that's one of the things I've done. And then he was, so he's using the Hayden, which does technically have 2 channels, but it's basically one sound and then a boost rather than like clean and drive.
Yeah, traditionally you'd think clean and dirty, wouldn't you? Whereas the Hayden does it in a way which like first year guitaring me would love, which is grr and more grr.
Yeah, and I mean, like, you can get a clean sound out of it, but then the boost just gives you a little extra crunch with a lot of volume, which is no good if you're wanting the same, like a clean rhythm and a dirty rhythm. You don't get that. So he's like, "Oh, what distortion pedal should I buy?" And I'm like, "Well, do you want drive or distortion?" And he's like, "What's the difference?" And I'm like, "Oh my god." I am about to ruin your life. I'll tell you what, next week I'll bring a small pedal board with a bunch of drive pedals on, and you can try them all out and see what you like.
You're literally like the Toad heroin dealer here, right here. Going, first one's free, mate. First one's free.
The worst thing is, he's already bought himself a distortion pedal. He's like, I'll still try it.
Wee. Nice. What did he go for?
He didn't mention, but he asked me whether the DS1 was any good, but the first time he went after one, it had gone, so I assume it's probably a DS1 again.
Okay, fair cop. I mean, in terms of like what I would class as distortion, the DS1 isn't really there. Like, I think if I was thinking
more
of
overdrivey.
Yeah. I mean, you can get it kind of distortion territory, but that's where it sounds its shittest. It sounds much nicer if you're kind of halfway or less on the game. Like, if I'm thinking, how about yourself, actually, Matt? What do you think of when you think of like iconic distortion pedals?
Distortion, the first thing that pops into my head is a Metal Zone, because Metal Zone.
Yeah, okay.
I think my favourite distortion pedal I've ever owned was the Blackstar HT Dual.
Yeah.
Which is the one with the valve in the middle, which is the 2-channel, and you could crank that to get some really sweet metal kind of distortion sounds.
Yeah, they do go quite extreme, don't they, the Blackstar? I mean, I've not tried the pedals, but I've tried the amps. I've got an HT 5C, and it's just like less than an arm's length away from me. I owned the HT 40 for a couple of years, and I've got an HT 1 kicking about somewhere. I say that I bought my brother an HT 1, and it's kicking about somewhere, so it's as good as mine. And yeah, they all go from kind of classic-y crunch to pretty metal.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I was thinking of distortion stuff, I was thinking the Rat pretty much, which is your kind of classic distortion. Or I know the Big Muff has got a distortion control on it, yeah, and at the lighter end, that kind of does a similar thing to the Rat as well. So
yeah, I mean, I don't know anybody that uses a Big Muff that doesn't use it in the fuzzy territory up the top.
Yeah, whacking it full whack, yeah.
Because that's what fuzz pedals are for.
I mean, most people use the Rat, whack it up to like the fuzz end as well. So yeah. But yeah, DS1's not a bad place to start. Not a bad place to start. I was hoping that you'd say, he's like immeasurably rich, and he's just bought himself a bunch of Keeley pedals or something. That'd be nice.
Yeah, no, not at all. He's very much. I think looking on the more budget end, which is fair enough, it's the best place to start. Then you find out where you are, and then all of a sudden you've got like 1,500 quid's worth of pedals on the floor at a gig, and you're going, can I really put this on the floor of a pub?
That's it. When the singer's got more pedals than you have as the lead guitarist, you got to have words, haven't you?
Yeah, but we're a while away from that. But he bought himself a TU3 as a tuner.
Yeah, fair whack, yeah.
And that'll also power other pedals.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, technically it does have an out, but just I don't think I trust that.
I've never tried it. I've never owned a a TU3 or a TU2 that does it.
My Polytune's got one as well.
And
actually.
if not, I think he'll end up using the one spot because I think he's only going to have 2 or 3 pedals.
I mean, that's a lie we tell all of ourselves at the start, isn't it?
Well, he's never owned any pedals before in his life, so like, I don't want to like tell him, right, well, what you want to do is get yourself 3 stages of gain. You probably want some form of octave just in case you feel like it. Maybe buy yourself a wah pedal, and then there's all these different types of modulations. You need at least one of each one of those. And then delay is a thing, and reverb is a thing. And if you really want to, you can loop stuff as well. And all of a sudden, he's got like a 15 pedal board.
That's it. He's got 2 tiers. He's got a complicated MIDI switching system. And you're comparing notes on the finer points of your buffers. You're friends for life then.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, we're starting out at the very basic end, and just kind of helping him out. So I basically raided my what isn't on my board cupboard.
Yeah, the nearly but not quite.
Yeah, the ones that I haven't sold, but only because I need them as backups in case I do anything stupid with my pedal board, like a gig on a beach.
Yeah. I was about to say, like a non-canopied gig on a rainy day would class as that, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So I've put together a board with my spare tuner, which is the Dr. Green.
Yeah. I've got one of them kicking about somewhere as well.
And I've then gone from what I conceive as light to heavy for the first 3, and then boost as the last one. So I went Soul Food.
Yeah.
Then an OCD.
Yeah.
Then Tone City Golden Plexi.
Okay, yeah.
And finally then a Tube Screamer. Because as much as the Tube Screamer's not got anywhere near as much gain as the probably the OCD or the Plexi,
yeah,
I would always have it last as kind of a boost.
Yeah, like a tonal shaping boost kind of thing. I can't remember who I was talking to about that today. Was it today? Days just kind of merge into one when you get past a certain age today. But I was talking to someone about. Oh, that's right. Actually, someone had done a comment on the SD1 OD3 video, saying that they were like loved the video and that they were so close or pretty close tonally that he'd choose the one that pushed through the mix more. And I said, like, in the room, actually, there's a bit more difference than you perceive on the video because the way that YouTube compresses things, it'd make a Tube Screamer sound like an OCD if you compare those two. You go, oh yeah, they're really similar. And I mentioned how the OD3 was kind of blues drivery because it had more top end to it, and how the SD1 was very Tube Screamery in the sense that if you engage that, you pretty much just poke your way through any mix because it's that lower mid content.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's ideal as a boost, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. So, like I say, I've run them on that order. I've also put the reverb pedal to the T-Rex.
Yeah.
Space something. I can't remember. It's like 12 months since I bought it, or like 3 months since I bought it and I took it out of the box, and I don't think it says it on the face of the pedal, so I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, it's been some indeterminate length of time since you bought it, and you've bought things since, so no.
But yeah, it was the 60th anniversary edition of reverb pedal with a clean boost on it. And I'll just show them the difference between just pushing the front end with extra volume and adding gain. Yeah. And then he can make a fairly informed decision as to whether he wants light, medium, high gain, whether he wants light gain and a tube screamer, whether he just wants a tube screamer if that's what he really wants.
Yeah.
To run the amp a bit hotter. He can sort of listen to the different sounds, make a decision, and then, I mean, I'll probably sell him if he wants any of those pedals. If he's only taken one, I'll probably sell him one. If not, I can talk him through the options. Like if he says I want something light gain, but I don't quite like that, like the
Soul Food.
Soul Foods is a little bit toppy or whatever, I can point him in the direction of other lighter gain drives.
Yeah,
in fact,
potentially you could put the tube screamer at the front then, and then
shape it the other way.
Yeah. Have it pushing the heavier again, which again it's legitimate. As I was talking with Will on the last podcast, there's no right or wrong answers with pedal boards, is there?
It's all personal preference. At the end of the day, if you like it in the order that people say is wrong, you're not wrong. You're just finding what works for you.
Yeah, you're just awkward.
Yeah. Just thinking about it, I've got that mini JSA drive as well, haven't I? The tiny
toddy, yeah.
Tiny toddy. That's in my box as well, so I can drop that on if he wants to swap about, because that does light up to kind of almost medium.
Yeah. You can get them sounding fuzzy, the toddies, actually. Because it's got the treble and the bass control. If you use the treble as a tone control and like whack the bass all the way up, it gets fuzzy.
Yeah, the Mini doesn't have the two. It just has an internal volume and tone and the external gain. So I suppose if you turn the tone all the way up and then crank the gain, you might be able to get fuzz.
Yeah, who knows? He started doing tiny toddies now with external controls now as well, which is exciting.
Yeah, I mean, it means that I kind of want one of them.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect excuse. Sell the Singer Tiny Toddy V1. Get Tiny Toddy V2.
Yeah,
winner.
No, I can't buy anything. I'm in a no buying for 8 months rule at the moment.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I booked a holiday to Orlando in Florida, and then 2 weeks. So I paid a deposit on that, and then 2 weeks later, my car died. And I bought something that I thought might last me till Christmas, and that died within 2 weeks.
Oh.
So I then bit the bullet and bought a van on finance.
Nice.
But that's an extra sort of 130 quid that I can't spend, save towards my holiday. Yeah. So that's any plans on spending money on pedals or guitars out of the window.
Yeah, I mean, I've been on a little bit of a spending hiatus, mainly because of work situations. It's meant that I've not really had a great deal of disposable income. So the way I've got around that is either just doing a podcast, which people sometimes give you stuff, or doing crafty trade technique where I'll put put some of my old stuff up for trade, and then, well, hey, it's new stuff. That works sometimes. But possibly a little bit more difficult when you live on a slightly secluded island. But
yeah, I mean, we still have like the odd bits come up now and again. Like yesterday, somebody posted a Mel 9 for 100 quid, and I was like, if you'd have done that 3 months ago, I'd have bloody bitten your bloody hand off. I spent 200 quid on mine.
That is double. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that would have been a massive saving. That £100 could have gone to your holiday.
It could have done. In fact, I'm half tempted to pick it up and then try and flog it in the UK exchange for 150.
Yeah, that's a shrewd business move there. Speculate to accumulate and all that jazz.
Yeah, it's a bit of a faux pas, and if it sits with me for 6 weeks whilst it doesn't sell, you start to feel it.
Yeah. Oh, I've not saved that week because I bought a pedal that I've already got.
Yeah.
Oh dear. So yeah, I mean that's a noble cause that you've gone for with sorting your singer out. It's also kind of self-serving because then you've got a guy who you can chat pedals with at your gig pretty much always.
Yeah, it would be good.
Yeah, and you get a healthy pool of pedals then. So when he buys a pedal, surely you've got to try out. Win-win.
I completely see where you're coming from.
Yeah, I think you've pulled a crafty one there, Mr. Quine. And I completely agree with it and endorse this.
I mean, the worst thing is I talked him out of buying a 3-channel amp. I told him, don't do that, buy some pedals.
Yeah,
he's like, really? And it's like, you don't think I should get like a 100-watt Marshall? And I was like, no, you shouldn't get a 100-watt Marshall.
Absolutely not. Yeah. Are we playing stadiums, sir?
Yeah. Which shocked the keyboard player and the bassist. I think they were expecting me to be rocking some form of like 50 or 100-watt amp, and I'm like, no, I'm rocking an AC 15. And like, 15, is it loud enough? And I was like, I'll bring it round and show you.
Yeah. When it starts rattling your fillings, you know that it's 15 watts of pure power. So I think if we don't get on with the rest of what I've been up to, we're probably going to run out of cast. So we probably should. So upon my not YouTube, the other one, Instagram. Upon my Instagram channel this week, I did a little teaser of a box which is sitting over here. I'll just yes, this exact box. You saw that, didn't you, Matt? On the internet.
I did. Because you said what's inside it, and it said a compact pedal by the brand that it's by. So I said a compact pedal by the brand that it's by.
Yes, you did. Yes,
and you were like, "It's not very compact."
Yes, yeah. They lied to me on that. I mean, compact in the sense that it's smaller than, say, an amplifier. But it's these things are relative, aren't they? And we did a little, not very scientific, but we did a little kind of test before the podcast, and we reasoned that it was around 3 mini tube screamers in volume. So, I mean, take from that what you will. Yes, so I recently purchased the Moen Shaky Jimmy, which is, so I'm told, quite an accurate representation of the old Univibes. So uses photo cells and an LED to create the sound rather than recreating it all digitally. I saw this pedal probably it's got to be getting on for about 4 or 5 years ago now, on In the Blues channel on YouTube, that crazy Australian guy Shane, and he swore by it and said, this is it's like a really strange company that there's not really much from, but this pedal is amazing. Um, and I've always seen them about, and you can see them on eBay, and they're not really that expensive. But I was like, nah, I don't think I want to just full out buy it. And then it came up on the Gear Exchange. Someone was selling it, and they were selling it for a decent price. And I said, you know what, now is the time. So I did. I had a little bit of money in my PayPal account, which is, as we all know, that's free money. That is. So I bought it and I got it. And this Shaky Jimmy is potentially one of the most fun pedals ever.
You've always loved the Univibe sound, haven't you?
Oh yeah. I mean, there's Univibe on the old Amplify board that I sometimes crack out, and that was entertaining. I do like it. I've always lusted after a viscous vibe as well. But this impossibly large, compact, in quotations, compact pedal, it pretty much it does everything I need it to. So it's got 3 controls, which I believe the original had maybe 2. So like rate and depth. The other one is called hue. Not you, which, as far as I can tell, is like a presence control. It like adds more top ending as you go along. Because with modulations, there's a habit of you kind of getting lost in the mix a little bit.
Yeah.
So that kind of helps cut. And it's got the chorus and vibrato mode, which pretty much anyone who uses a Univibe says, ignore the chorus mode, go straight to the vibrato. So the chorus mode it's just more subtle. So if you have it on chorus mode and you've got it set to like a nice, not too fast rate, and the depth just about halfway, it adds like a shimmeriness to your sound, and it's just, oh, that's pleasant. And then you stick it onto the vibrato mode, and it's kind of like throbby, and it's got like that phasey crunch as well. And then that's where your smiles happen. So like standard stuff, you stick that on, and as the pedal suggests, I play some very shaky Jimmy stuff, like Jimi Hendrix if he had a couple of pints. So yeah. So I do. You do a bit of that. Get all your floaty chords and your kind of suspendedness and occasional Hendrixy licks. But then, of course, like the pedal on its own is good. Run some drive into it. Why not? Every pedal sounds better with a bit of drive, yeah. And that's where you get like the super Jimmy mode.
Yeah. When you say a bit of drive, what did you run into it?
So at first, in fact, actually, I had the Univibe as the first pedal in the chain because I figured Hendrix would have been running it into a amp at full tilt, wouldn't they? So that's the way you've got to do it. Well, that, and I was lazy and didn't want to rearrange my pedal board, and the first pedal's the easiest one to take off. So I run it into like a JCM 800 style pedal, which is set to like subtle mode because it's got a flick switch on it where you can have like loads of gain or very little gain. So it's more kind of like the old JMPs rather than a JCM. So it's not fire breathing. It's just kind of martially voiced, mild crunch, and that sounded really good. That was adding more to the Hendrixy vibe, and that's actually what I recorded and put on my my Instagram channel. So if you see the really weird like 80s font video, that's what was being used in that. However, I thought I'd try the Shaky Jimmy again today, and I thought, well, Jimmy liked fuzz, didn't he?
Did.
So I thought, what fuzz pedals have I got? And I've obviously got my tone beard kicking about, but I thought, no, that's a bit too obvious. What's that pedal that's like, like a fuzz face, but like with everything cranked up? And of course, my good friend Stuart Tate came to mind. So I grabbed my Raise the Dead and put that at the end of the Shaky Jimmy, and it's just childish. It's really, really childish.
It is, but you'll find like the more you play you Raise the Dead, the more you'll think, fuck it, this belongs in every song. Yeah.
No, I mean I'm a big fan of the Raise the Dead anyway, because it's literally like the best sound of a fuzz face, because fuzz face is notorious that you have to turn both controls all the way up for it to sound good, or for it to sound its best. Very much like the tone beard that I've got over there. Unless you've got the gain control fully maxed, it's just a bit weak sounding. But Raise the Dead is one control, and it sounds good wherever you stick it. Matron.
Yeah,
but
just
I'm
everywhere.
So I have the Univibe running into the Raise the Dead, and the thing that really struck me is because when you put a modulation pedal on, like any modulation pedal, pretty much, and you're not playing, you get that.
Yeah.
I mean, I was expecting that through a fuzz pedal would be
really annoying.
Yeah, would be like intensely amplified, and actually, it didn't really add much more of that noise to it when I put the Raise the Dead on. I mean, of course, after that, I then put the Raise the Dead through the JCM pedal, and then the Shaky Jimmy as well, and that did up the noise floor a little bit. But
what a surprise!
That was to be expected. But again, childish fun. But yeah, like Raise the Dead, insanely well designed for the fact that it should be noisy, but it's not. Mine's even the version 1 as well, so mine doesn't have the Transformer mod in it. So yours is potentially even better. And you told me that you were using the Raise the Dead, weren't you? You've got that on your board.
Yeah, I've started using it in more and more inappropriate places. So I think I've mentioned on one of the casts that the end solo that I put at the end of Johnny Be Good is now on a Raise the Dead. And Love Machine by Girls Aloud, I play the riff with the Raise the Dead. And at our most recent gig, we do Chelsea Dagger to end the night, and I dropped my guitar in a drop D, so that I could play it as a low D rather than a high D. So everybody's expecting it to go for that like bang cutting thing, and then I just engaged the Raise the Dead, was chugging like it was metal, but with a like fuzzy edge to it. And it was just like the other guitarist was looking at me like I was fucking insane, but the crowd didn't notice.
I'm sure they didn't. Yeah, I'm sure in a couple of weeks is what's going to happen. Is they're gonna send you a text message and go, Matt, we need to talk. And then they're going to stage an intervention. They're going to all sit down and go, Matt, we've noticed that you keep using rather obnoxious fuzz pedal at the most inappropriate times.
More and more inappropriate. But it's not inappropriate. Like, I'm not doing it in the middle of Yellow. We do like some mild stuff, and I'm not putting it on in that. That would be insane.
I mean, yet is yeah. Is the word yet. It's hanging over a little bit here, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I wouldn't be that bad, but yeah, it is starting to creep into. I'm just so bored of playing Chelsea Dagger.
I can understand that. I can understand it.
I've played it at every gig I've ever played, bar 4 in my life. So, yeah,
I mean, and that band weren't even around for that long, were they, as well? So I think...
Well, they're still going. They released an album this year.
Did they? Who was it? The Fratellis, was that?
The Fratellis, yeah. Their first album, incredible. There's not a bad... Well, there's maybe one or two iffy songs on it, but first album, really good. Second album, absolutely dire. Third album, I didn't even bother with.
Yeah.
Apparently they released one this year as well. Again, not bothering.
Okay. I mean, you should go check it out, because they might be reaching those dizzy heights of the first album.
They might do, but I kind of have a
one strike.
I can't be arsed with modern. Yeah. Well, it's more of I can't be arsed with modern music kind of.
Yeah. I mean, after the Arctic Monkeys released what they did, once bitten, twice shy, and it kind of
hurt me. The last two Foo Fighters albums wasn't that impressed with. The last two Muse albums wasn't that impressed with. And all of kind of the bands that had been keeping it up there when everybody else started to fall away have also started to fall away in the last 5 years, to the point where I know what music I like and Spotify exists and I'm really lazy and I have a playlist.
Yeah, I know what you mean. There's the algorithms on YouTube play the same fucking 8 songs to me. Like, I'll put one of those 8 songs on and it will just play those songs to me. And it's mainly songs that I'm just singing harmonies to in the car. So stuff like Extreme More Than Words, because I wanted to learn the harmony to it. It now just plays that to me, and when it comes on, I'll sing the harmony lines to it. Because Gary Sharon, I ain't. But I can muster a decent Nuno Betancourt as long as I'm not having to play at the same time.
Not bad going.
So yeah. There's that. I think there's Chris Cornell's version of Nothing Compares to You, because it's in a nice key for me as well.
That's a fantastic version of that song.
It is, and the guitar work in that amazes me even now. It's just like a nice, chilled out, simple acoustic solo, but some of the note choices, and like there's a chromatic run in it, which is just, it just comes out of nowhere, and it's just so sublime. Oh, it is. It's musicality at its best, and it made me rate Cornell, because I really didn't like Cornell's musical output. Wasn't a fan of Black Hole Sun. Didn't really like Audio Slave.
Audio Slave have got a couple of absolutely cracking tunes.
I didn't like his Bond theme tune either. But then
I wasn't a massive fan of that.
After listening to this his version of Nothing Compares to You, I listened to those other things back, and I've started appreciating it a bit more. So I've gone through Have I heard which one, sorry?
Have you heard his acoustic version of Billie Jean?
I have not, no. Is this another thing that's gonna...
Yeah, so it's another... it's a really stripped back version of Billie Jean. It's more about... There's some nice open string running with like triads kind of chord movement in the bridge, but most of the guitar work is fairly simple, but the emotion he puts into his voice for his version of Billie Jean is just absolutely incredible.
I might have to check that out, because like I say, Nothing Compares to You is... it's mainly because I can sing it, whereas what's her face's one? Sinead O'Connor. I can't sing hers. She's got
she's like 17 octaves higher.
She's got a delicate lady voice, and my voice is decidedly more boomy.
Of course, it's a song written by the Bee Gees.
What? Nothing Compares to You is written by Prince.
The Prince, is it? I knew somebody from that era that wasn't them.
Yeah, it's a Prince tune. It's written for the family. Strangely enough, on YouTube, one of the things that it pulled up the other day, which weren't one of these 8 songs that I want to sing, was 50 songs that you didn't realise were covers, and that came up, along with just so many more. And there was some that you clearly know are covers, like fucking Valerie by Amy Winehouse. And you're like,
sod off! Everybody knows that's the Zootons.
Exactly.
The only one that gets, there's like 2 that get me. Soft Cell Tainted Love was a cover, and I can't remember. Was it Gloria Jones? I want to say.
It's an old Northern Soul tune.
Yeah, and the other one that I didn't know was Torn by Natalie Imbruglia.
Oh, God. Yeah. I mean, there's an inappropriate comment there to be said about tearing Natalie Imbruglia, but I'm not going to make that.
But so that's a cover by a band called Edna Swap.
Yeah, and it weren't out much earlier than her version, was it?
No,
and it's actually it's much cooler.
They've got 2 different versions on 2 albums, and one of them's got like a really modulated guitar, and the other one's got like quite a dark, kind of heavy sounding guitar on it. They're 2 very different versions, like just for themselves. But I think both of them are better than hers.
I really like Natalie Imbriglia's version, but then again, I may very well be biased.
And to be fair, her version was like far more popular for. Yeah,
it was. Yeah,
it was the big seller.
The one
I think it was only like 6 months later.
It weren't far off, was it? Because it was. It was like mid-90s, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think theirs was 95 and hers was 96, or theirs was 96 and hers was 97, something like that.
Yeah, I remember it being something very similar. The final one that I knew in the back of my mind, but gets me every time is "If I Were a Boy" by Beyonce, which the original version is just so good. The woman's voice is. Because as proficient as Beyonce is, she just gets a bit warbly. She doesn't know when to tone it down some of the time.
Yeah, she's very, very in your face about her warbly voice.
Yeah. It's a little bit like the Yngwie Malmsteen of vocals, isn't it? Where, like... He shows off at every given opportunity, and melismatic passages are just ever present. Always with the woo. She said like a bloody theremin.
Yeah. Actually, the more I think about it, the more she does get quite irritating.
Yeah, and the original version it's just a woman. I can't remember her name. It's I'm not even gonna try. But yeah, check it out because it's a really cool version. She's got like a. Are you okay, Matt? Is your chair gone again?
Yeah, it's knackered. I need to get a new one, but like I say, I'm on a spending ban.
That's it. What you need is like a cushion or something. Yeah, so she's got this really like raspy and smoky voice that Beyonce does not have.
Yeah, and she doesn't oversing it.
No, she doesn't. She just like belts the crap out of it, which is amazing. But 45 minutes into this podcast, and we still haven't done any news, and I've still got more stuff that I've been up to. Oh dear. I'm gonna give Grey Guitars a quick mention, and I'm gonna say this is my promise to Grey Guitars. I'm doing it like a politician now. I'm pointing with my thumb. This is my pledge to Grey Guitars that next podcast we are going to talk about Grey Guitars, because last week's podcast where we were like fresh from the guitar show, we mentioned Grey Guitars, and I said something like, "Oh, we'll come back to them later on in the podcast," and then I almost missed my train, so I forgot. This one, I said, I'm going to put grey guitars in because we forgot to mention them last time. And I don't think we've got time. They were on the Thorpe booth. They were kind of like twins together on this same booth at the guitar show. And I lost myself not only in the Thorpe pedals, but in this like HSS Strat that Grey Guitars had. They're absolutely amazing, and we are going to do more of a feature about their guitars in a bit. And between now and when we record this and when the podcast's released as well, there is an interview, maybe released on the Pedalboards of Doom YouTube channel. So go check it out because you get to see some of them as well. Like, my words can't do them justice. They are absolutely cool. I think that's where I'm going to leave it because we've got news. We have got news. Joe has definitely got to work already, so we don't have to worry about that because he's got there. He's come back. He's at home. He's sitting in an armchair by now. News. Where we're going to start? I reckon I'm going to mix it up a little bit. We're going to start with the PRSs.
Okay.
Do you want to start with the PRSs because like they're probably the most exciting things.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that.
So. PRS SE. They seem to be doing some pretty spot on stuff recently. Actually, for the past kind of couple of years, the SE range seems pretty damn good. They're doing yet another one. So these are called the PRS Sandblaster. I don't know if they've got an official name, but essentially they're sandblasted finishes. So essentially, what that is, I assume they get blasted with sand. I don't know the process, but you get like a pronounced grain in it, don't you? So it's like a black base finish where like the grain is highlighted in a different color. So they've got 5 different colors. Like there's like a red highlighted grain, blue, a grey, white, like a really light grey or white, yellow, and green. And Fender did a series of them a couple of years back with like sandblasted Strats and Tellys, I believe. Maybe did a bass as well, but we're not a bass podcast, are we? And
Looking forward to the bass special we've got coming up soon.
Oh shit! Yeah, I've got to actually pay attention to some bass stuff. It's gonna be hard. I might have to draft someone in for that.
Do you know any bass players that can talk coherently?
It's gonna be a struggle, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's gonna be a struggle today. I might just research it. Who knows? So these sandblasted things, there's 750 in total, which that seems like a very small amount. And considering that they're doing them in 4 different versions, so they're doing custom 24, custom 22, a 24 left-handed, and a 24 Floyd Rose version as well.
So that's a fairly wide range. So there's something in that. I'm not going to say for everybody, but yeah, it's certainly a wider range than perhaps they do with their limited colours in the past. Usually they've left it to just custom 22s or just custom 24s, haven't they? Kind of offered it quite as wide.
I think the last couple have been doing left-handed options, and then the Floyd ones have been a further special edition.
Right, okay.
But yeah, no, it's really good because it's all in the one, and hopefully that then becomes like their template for their special editions. So the next lot, say like the neon range or whatever. I really hope they do like a neon range now. That'd be awesome. But then come in like the 22, the 24, the 24 left, and the 24 Floyd as well. So out of the finishes, Which one took your eye, Matt?
The blue was my favourite.
Okay. So I read for some reason like red would usually be my go-to because I love red. But the green really popped.
Yeah.
So I was down with that. Some people mentioning that it looks like a mayonnaise on a budget, which is pretty cool because they're not cheap.
Like Hellman's or
Yeah. Like, I mean, we tend to have the light stuff. So
Hellman's Light. So
that's it.
that would be what these guitars are then. They're Hellman's Light as opposed to Hellman.
Yeah, yeah. It's like Hellman's Law. Yeah. There's two different versions of light mayonnaise because we get our mayonnaise from the wonderful high street store that is Aldi because we ain't paying as the prices. Gosh. And they used to. I don't think they do them anymore, but they used to do like 3 different versions of the mayo. They did like your standard full fat mayo, which is delicious and awesome and not diet friendly at all. They did like light mayo, which is slightly better on a diet and still tastes like mayo. And then they did this version which was called lighter than light, which it was like half as thick. So it was like slightly runny. And you had to pile at least like 2 or 3 times more onto your plate to get the taste of mayonnaise. So it kind of really defeated the point of it being like, yeah. And like when we accidentally bought it, because we bought it once and I was like, oh, this stuff's terrible. But then we accidentally picked it up another time. It's just like, ugh. But it ends up going really quickly because you're using so much of it. That was quite a tangent, wasn't it?
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, these PRSs, unlike the mayonnaise, are a Europe exclusive. So that's quite nice. Cause
it is. It's nice. Nicer not to pick at USA or Guitar Center.
That's it. I mean, the Guitar Center and Sweetwater tend to have exclusives. Guitar Center had those wonderful SGs, didn't they?
Yeah.
Like a year back or something. And they looked so good. There was like shell pink SG with like a taut guard. I was like, oh, that's a beautiful guitar. And then yeah, Guitar Center exclusive. Like, fuck you, Gibson. Fuck you. Yeah. Speaking of Gibson and fucking you, Gibson, it's a segue. I'm not gonna poo-poo it. This week, the Gibson Guitars YouTube channel suddenly had no YouTube content on it. I'm not a follower or a subscriber of Gibson YouTube channel, but I'm pretty sure that they had something before.
They definitely did because they pulled it the same day that they dropped it.
Oh yes, that
play authentic
controversial video.
But they definitely had other videos on there as well.
Yeah, it weren't just the one video of them going, "Oh, we come in to sue you." Yeah, disclaimer, that's not what the video sounded like. Although you couldn't check now anyway because it's not up. I wonder if they've still got it because they took it down and then someone saved it, didn't they, and posted it up on Reddit.
It was floating around Reddit. It's probably still like everything is floating around Reddit if you look hard enough.
Yeah, Reddit is it's a dark place, isn't it? Reddit.
It's a place I try and avoid. Like for the wrestling side, there's a massive community on there in what's called the Squared Circle Reddit. And the other guys in the podcast go in there, and I'm like, fantastic. That means I can avoid it because it is the arsehole of the internet. Reddit. It's just it's worse than Twitter, and Twitter is a nightmare.
It is exactly the arsehole of the internet, isn't it? Oh, yeah. I love that the expression that speaking about arseholes, that opinions are like arseholes. Because there are so many ways you can interpret it. You could, like, opinions are like arseholes. Yours stinks. Is a personal favourite, but get it out in public, and it makes people feel uncomfortable. Your opinions are like arseholes. You can't show it to children. There's plenty of ways that you can go with the opinions are like arseholes. So spinning it back onto arseholes, there was some suggestion that this mass purge of the Gibson videos tied in with letting go of a certain spokesperson for Gibson,
who immediately took to Instagram with a very passive-aggressive post about how he's got an amp in his office, the office where he still works. So I assume he was probably annoyed by people going, "Have you been sacked? Did you quit? Have you left?" And he's like, "What are you talking about?"
So I read it as slightly different than that. I read it as him having a very good sense of humour with the whole thing. Because it did say that, didn't it? I mean, we're not reading it verbatim, but it said something like, there's been many rumours circulating around the internet recently that I don't like offset guitars, and I'm a particular fan of the reverse Firebird or something. I love plugging them into the Marshall amp in my office. The one that's at Gibson. The one that I still work at. I've not been fired. I thought it was quite clever. Rather than coming out with like a press statement, "No, I've not been fired," blah blah. He tended to a more humorous way, but passive aggressive could be seen as well.
I'm sure he probably didn't mean it. It read to me like somebody who'd answered 150 questions of, "Have you been sacked? What are you like? What's happening?" And he was just fed up, and he just put something on Instagram to try and stop that from happening.
Yeah. It was funny. I thought it was. So yeah, like almost instantly. I mean, I was one of these people who sprung to that very conclusion, because we shared it in our little group, didn't we? And someone put it up, and I went, is that coinciding with Mark being fired? But no, apparently he's still on board. Perhaps they've decided that what they've got, or what they had on their YouTube channel, is not the direction that they now want to go in, and that it's better just to kind of cut it all and start again. I don't know.
That's totally fair enough. There's plenty of companies who've done that in the past. They've gone, right, the output that we've put out doesn't fit with our new company values.
Yeah.
Get rid of that and start again from scratch. And it would be interesting to see what they put out, whether they continue to put out their little teaser trailers for guitars and, their little behind the scenes kind of factory tour stuff as well that was on there.
Yeah.
Or whether they just go for strict demos, or what they're going to do going forward. It'd be interesting to see, but I guess the answer is we don't really know what's going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, it's... Yeah, I wouldn't think they'd need to do their own demos, because places like Anderton's and like GAC will do demos, like Sweetwater as well, and all these big guitar chains will pretty much, whenever the new lot come in, the 2020 Gibsons or whatever, they'll go, okay, this is what's new, and they'll do the reviews, they'll do the demos, they'll sell the products, because that's their job. But yeah, I'm hoping for some more kind of behind the scenes stuff. Because they were talking about how they've really refined the quality control in Gibson, and how like every workstation has the same lighting in it. And I'd love to see more about that. To see like the thought processes behind the new Gibson.
Yeah, especially as they're going through this transitional period where it looks like they've come out of the sort of issues they were having with quality control coinciding with the company going tits up.
Yeah.
It looks like that stopped. So
yeah. I mean,
it would be interesting to see.
We've not heard anything overly negative about them recently. In fact, the thing is, we haven't heard anything about them pretty much recently.
They've completely changed from last year, where they were releasing like £70,000 guitars you could only buy with a Lexus.
Yeah.
And I've certainly seen a lot less of those type of posts, and they cut down the 2019 range, and once it was out, they've just left it, and they haven't been like constantly tweaking things or adding things or taking things out or saying actually this model doesn't actually exist and we're not going to provide it, like they have done in previous years as well.
Yeah, I think that one of the things that they said was that they're not going to have this certain year's Les Paul and this certain year's SG. It was just going to be a range. So
and they'll update it as and when. Yeah. So there won't be the 2020s. They might update the colours or something.
Yeah. That makes complete and utter sense, because it makes our jobs much easier as news vendors of, and I use that term in the loosest possible sense. Guys, what talk about guitars on the internet, but like people who journalize about that's a word. Who do the journalisms about guitar, then don't have to worry about is this year the one with the like historic relic chamber, or is this the one with the high performance speed chamber in, or
or is this the year where they put the asymmetrical neck on the high performance, or is this the year where they put the standard neck on the high performance? Like, you don't have to worry about all that nonsense.
Yeah, exactly, and it clears it up for the consumer as well. The fact that you go into a guitar shop and you go, well, these are the standards. They're the standards from last year, so they're going to have a different spec from those ones over there, which are going, because they're the new standards, which will be slightly different. Oh, what do I do? Yeah, you need like a Gibson Guitars catalog just to make ends like head nor tail of the minute changes. You go, no, this is a standard. This is what it's got. That's
the scary thing. Like, thinking about it, if I tried to explain the difference between the 2018 Les Paul standard and the 2019 Les Paul standard to the singer from the new band who doesn't know the difference between drive and distortion, he's not going to understand a word I'm saying.
Yeah.
And if he's looking for a better guitar than his Squire Bullet, and he decides to go for a USA guitar because he's going to be playing it quite often now, and he can't tell the difference between 3 or 4 models, he's probably going to stay away from that company. Yeah,
you just go, I won't bother. I'll go with this Fender, is it? Fender. These guys seem respectable.
Yeah, and like I say, this isn't a criticism of Gibson. This is well done for making it easier for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think both big companies have kind of done that now, haven't they? Fender have reinvented their lines as well, but they've done it in a way where everything's been streamlined down. So rather than being like the classic road-worn 60s with nitro lacquer, it is now just, okay, here's your player, here's your Vintera, here's your professional.
Yeah. You're missing the performance, but yeah.
Yeah, we won't talk about the performance. But yeah, like you've got your categories for it, and then then they all fall into one of these kind of four ranges.
Yeah, and they all kind of have price points that don't overlap, like the olden days where the classic vibes would overlap with the bottom end of the Mexicans, and then the top end Mexicans would overlap with the bottom end of the like budget Americans, and there's none of that going on in Fender anymore, I don't think.
Yeah, it's clear cut. And it makes just the job for the consumer easier, which is what we need. Do we want to do one more bit of news? Because we're at 1:06, but we haven't casted for a while, so screw it. Screw you, hour mark. I don't know why I'm getting angry at the computer. I'm shouting at my own laptop. It's clearly.
Fuck you, time. Stop moving.
That's it. Yeah, I'll tell you when I end.
Bloody fourth dimension coming over here, ruining our jobs.
Oh shit, man! Like we are mental. Literally, like we've lost the plot. Do you want to do the Ernie Ball or do you want to do the Hughes and Q's?
Bearing in mind I'd never heard of the fella for the Ernie Ball, should we do the Hughes and Kettner? Because at least I've seen a video on that. Yeah,
sweet, cool. I mean, you've essentially done more research than I have then, so Matt, take it away.
I haven't got any of the specs. I just when it was released, Ollie posted something in the group and I clicked the link and watched the video, and it's basically an amp that lives on the floor.
Let's give Ollie the props he deserves. That's Ollie of Ollie Miles Music right there.
It is.
So don't forget that. Give his page a click, even if it is like a thumbs down. No, Ollie's a lovely chap. He's on the cast occasionally, and he's of Ollie Miles Music. That is Ollie Miles Music. Right, so the Hughes and Kettner Black Spirit 200 floor. Black Spirit, I'm assuming, tells us what kind of amp it is. 200 tells us something, and floor tells us where it lives.
200 is the wattage, isn't it?
It is 200 watts, so it's a 200 watt power amp. It is analog with digital controls. So the amplification is done in an analog way. It is not tube. It is done through a system which I did not write down, so we will not mention it. But some kind of
Magic Pixie Fairies.
Nano Pixie Magic, yes. So 200 watt power amp, 4 channels, 4 fucking channels on the floor, which are clean, crunch, lead, and ultra. So if you cast your mind back to the original Line 6 Spiders, where it had something similar, it was like clean, crunch, metal, and insane. I imagine it's like that. I shouldn't really be comparing it to a spider amp.
It sounds just like the original Spider series.
There you go, sign of quality. It's got an effects loop, which is pretty bang on. It's got pre-effects. It's got two true bypass pre-effects loops.
What is a pre-effects loop?
I assume that comes in before everything else.
Is that not just an input?
Yeah, I assume it's switchable, maybe. I don't know. You watched the video.
They didn't cover the pre-effects loops in the video that I watched. I mean, the video I watched, I just skipped when he was talking and just listened to how it sounded. And I quite liked the sound of the clean and the crunch. The lead was all right. The other one was a bit much for me.
Yeah. I imagine that's probably what I'd get from it as well. It's also got the red box AE Plus built into it. So the red box is like a built-in attenuator, which a lot of the Hughes and Kettner amps are like they're raved about for the red box being absolutely brilliant. Because it's a load box as well, isn't it? So it's not passive. Is it reactive?
I think it's reactive, so that you can plug the amplifier directly into a computer and not need an external cab.
Oh, I've just punched the microphone. That's possibly not the greatest thing for audio. It's not affected. I don't think. I'm sure you can still hear me. I didn't punch it that hard. The red box. But this new red box apparently has got 8 different cab emulations on it or something like that. So that's pretty cool. Which means that this is pretty useful. There's quite a few of these kicking about now, isn't there? Because you've got the blue guitar. They've recently released a new version of it. I think like a higher gain version. So very much along the lines of this. There's a few more different units which don't spring to mind, but they're definitely kicking about.
There's either a Moog or a Hotone one, isn't there? That
yes,
people said was actually better than the brand name suggested.
Yeah, that's the Hotone have got, because their ones are dual channels, aren't they? Because there's one that's got like an AC30 one side and like a Plexi the other side.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic. Obviously not as fully featured as this, but they're definitely a lot cheaper, aren't they? Those ones.
Yeah.
Because they're talking like 200-300 quid, whereas this is 899 euros. So you're probably going to be talking something very similar in terms of pounds as well. It's also got an iPad app as well, which I didn't. There was a blurb about it, and I didn't understand really what the app was doing.
Is it changing presets? But I guess if there's only 4 channels, I suppose if each of the channels can be controlled like with the levels of gains and stuff, if you need more than 4 channels, you've got presets maybe.
There's inbuilt effects as well, isn't there, for this? There's digital effects built in.
I've forgotten about that. Yeah, you're right. So it's probably for messing about with patches for that, isn't it?
I mean, in terms of like fitting everything that you need onto a giggable board, this definitely makes sense. Because if you're a musician in a built up area like London, or if you just don't drive and you need to get to practice, and you need something that's reliable, because there's so many practice rooms that I've been to where you go in and they've got like an old knackered JCM or something. It takes you about 4 minutes to just figure out how to switch the damn thing on, because it's a bit knackered, and then you're struggling for the next 20 minutes to try and get a clean, like a proper clean tone, not a clean tone that's still driven.
Horrible.
Yeah, and then even then the cab that you're going through is just not suited. Yeah, you leave yourself to the gods there a little bit, and you turn up to a gig, and they go, "Oh yeah, we've got amps here. All you need to do is bring your effects," and you turn up, and the amp that they've got is that fabled Spider.
Yeah.
So yeah, stuff like this, it gives you the option of having an actual good sound. I didn't hear what it sounds like, so you're gonna have to fill in the blanks here for me, Matt.
Sorry?
You
cut out a little bit there.
Did I? I didn't on my end. I was still talking. So on the audio of the cast, there won't be any break whatsoever.
Well, I got something, and then go on then, Matt, and I didn't get the bit just before that.
Maybe that's what I did do. Maybe I did just throw you in the deep end. Make something up, Matt. There you go. The sound of the amp. So do you want to elaborate a bit more on the?
Yeah. So Hughes and Kettner, I feel, have quite a sterile, clean sound. It's not like a lively, clean sound. I don't know, like if you understand what I'm saying. It's not like a Voxy clean. It's a bit cleaner. If that's your kind of thing, this sounded very much like a lot of the Hughes and Kettner cleans that I heard on the Clean channel. I don't particularly like them because I like a bit of hair on my clean, but it's all about personal preference. In terms of the crunch, I really liked their crunch sound, but again, I really like the crunch sound on quite a lot of the Hughes and Kettner stuff. I think it's a very nice, mild drive sound. The lead was just a pushed crunch sound again. I quite liked that. The insane mode or whatever they're calling it.
Ultra, I think it was, yeah.
Ultra. The Ultra mode was a bit OTT for me, but it's not aimed at guy who loves blues and indie music. That mode is aimed at metal players, and it sounded like it would do metal stuff easy.
Yeah, do a decent metal.
I would say the amp sounds in it. I didn't listen to any of the effects at all, but I'd say the amp sounds in it, as long as that's the kind of sounds you're after, would rival a Helix because obviously that's the kind of similar price point.
Yeah.
Or a Helix LT or a Helix. I can't remember which ones.
I reckon, the full fat Helix is kind of around this price point. I think they're closer to the grand, but it's pretty much there, isn't it?
Yeah, I think if you know exactly what the sounds you're looking for are, and it's a Hughes and Kettner amp, but you don't want to drag around a Tubemeister 36 or fork out for a Pure Tone, or if you're not looking to lug that kind of thing around, but you want that sound, I think they've pretty much nailed it. It didn't sound like a non-valve amp, and I'm not saying that non-valve amps sound crap. I'm saying you could tell that it wasn't a valve amp, but it didn't sound bad because of it. Whereas quite often you'll find with stuff that is new tube or transistor based, or whatever magic they're using for making it without the tubes, quite often you'll find that they have a very distinct sound that I don't particularly like. This didn't have that. I quite liked the sound of the amp in general. It's not aimed at me.
Yeah, it is. It's aimed towards a higher game player, isn't it?
Yeah. It's aimed towards a higher game player and somebody that doesn't want an amp on stage or needs to not have an amp on stage. And I'm neither of those things.
So it's the Venn diagram doesn't meet in the sweet Matty center. But yeah, I think I'm very, very much the same. The thing that it's got over the Helix and other floorboard processors like the Head Rush and stuff like that is that they all do their voodoo magic via the medium of digital processing, whereas this is purporting to be an analog circuit, but just with digital components to allow you to have the switching options and the presets and all of that jazz, which is really clever. On the kind of the other end of that argument is the fact that you get 4 sounds with this. Your sounds are those 4 channels, and as you said, like the clean channel, it will very much be like a metal amp clean channel, which is, it does the job. It's like super ultra clean, but it's just flat as well.
It's very clinical.
Yeah, there's no kind of character, be it like a pronounced mid-range content or like a Fendery scoop kind of sound or any of that, where you can push it to get a bit of grit coming out of you. And it just ends up being, as you say, just sterile and just, it's just a clean sound. Great for like dynamic passages where you've got like arpeggiated chords and whatnot. But if you really want to get stuck in and get some raw kind of guitar growl, it ain't gonna do that. But again, not my wheelhouse, not my it's not aimed at me, it's not aimed at you. But it's definitely something, isn't it? I think it's Hughes and Kettner throwing their hat into that kind of ring, and it seems like a pretty decent shout as well.
I think it's the kind of people that buy Hughes and Kettner amps.
Yeah,
will be all over this, because if you are a touring musician, a lot of places prefer it if you don't bring an amp these days, especially if you're international traveling. It's easier for you. It's easier for the venue for them to just plug you into their PA system. A lot of people, if you're using IEMs, the in-ear monitors, then, again, it's a lot easier to just send this to a monitor feed out, So, I can see this working well, and there are plenty of people out there looking for that Hughes and Kettner sound. They're a top-selling amp brand.
Yeah, for good reason. Just not to me. And I think that's probably where we wrap it for this week. Because we've done a decent wedge of news this week after talking about the shit that we wanted to talk about. So, if you want to catch us online, it's Fret Talk Podcast, Facebook groups. Catch me online at Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, at BudgetPedalChap. I also do stuff for the Pedalboards of Doom YouTube channel, which this week or last week, I don't know when it's released, but released soon or has been released soon recently. There will be London Guitar Show interviews, and there's interviews with people from DV Mark, Grey Guitars.
That one was out today.
Pardon?
The DV Mark one was out today.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. I was the one who released that. DV Mark is one of the ones that's out, but we've got stuff from Grey Guitars, Thorpe Effects, SMP guitars, which were fantastic. Love those as well. Ike, baseboards, and another couple which I can't quite think of at the moment, and I'm just kicking myself. Oh, KMA pedals as well. That one's a particularly in-depth interview. So, yeah, if you want to know all about their range, definitely check that out. Matt, you are a frequenter of the Fret Talk podcast, but also of the Bad Bookers podcast.
Correct.
Yes.
I've finally got to get back on it in the last couple of weeks, so my schedule kind of lined up to be able to. I haven't been on I wasn't on the last one, but I was on like every other one before that for September, and I should be on every cast now that I'm back on human working hours as opposed to night shifts.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. And heel_MattQ at pretty much everything, isn't it?
Yeah, just the internet.
Yeah. So yeah, if you find a place, just type in heel_MattQ and you'll probably find Matt on it. Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. Yeah. Yep, there you go. And occasionally, you appear on the BudgetPedalChap YouTube channel as well.
I do, and I'm just waiting for the Origin 5 to come so I can start doing some more videos, because I kind of got the bug when I did the other couple that I've done, and I've got loads of stuff that fits into Budget Pedal, so I might as well
absolutely
do some reviews on it. I'll probably review the Telly and the Origin for you as well.
I cannot wait, because Both of those things excite me.
You need the Origin. You need one for yourself.
Don't spend more money. Yeah.
Actually, I suppose if you buy what you're thinking of, which we won't spoil in case you don't or you do, but if that comes to fruition, then you probably don't need the Marshall Origin 5. I'll give you that.
Yeah. But need's an ugly word, isn't it, Matt?
Yeah, it's not about need at the end of the day.
That's it.
Nobody needs anything, but
no, there's definitely. I mean, just over there is a cupboard full of things that I don't quote unquote need. But I mean, how many is too many guitars, Matt? How many is too many?
There's no such thing as too many. In fact, the optimum number of guitars is n equals n plus 1, where n is the amount of guitars that you currently have.
Yeah, I can agree with that. And thank you, listeners, for taking a journey with us this week. We have been a little bit more nonsensical than usual, but c'est la vie. It's always a good cast with Mr Matt Quine. I enjoy it. So thank you for tuning in this week, and as always, share this podcast with one person you think will like it, and then we get twice as many listeners, which is lovely. From myself, Mr BudgetPedalChap, from Mr Matt Quine, with a strange sock on his microphone this week. It will be. I mean, I hardly want to talk, am I? I've got the fluff from the one microphone that wasn't working on a really skinny microphone, so it looks a little bit like one of the Jackson 5 in the 70s. So, from myself, Mr. BudgetPedalChap, from Mr. Matt Quine, it will be a tatty bye and good night for this week. Say bye, Matt.
Bye, Matt.
Hey. Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
There were some quite wild tangents in that one.
There were, yeah. I do blame it completely on the fact that I'm very, very tired.
I am as well. I'm in that transition. I've got to get back into not getting up at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And my only solution, because I worked till 7 a.m. on Saturday and then had to be in work at 5 p.m. on Saturday, so I couldn't just sort stuff out. So I basically slept till 5 p.m. on Sunday, and then I haven't slept since.
that would explain it.
I've had a 20-minute nap, but I haven't actually properly slept.